Hello and welcome back to another one of our guides here on FS25. In this one we're going to be taking a look at the grain mill. Everything about it, what you need to run it, what they produce, and if we can, what production we can put that end product into to increase profit even more. So let's get started. First off, if the production is already on the map, it's going to be in this available section here. As you can see, we've got the sawmill already on the map, but we do not own it. Anything that is owned, whether it's been on the map already or you've placed it, will show up in the own section here. As you can see, we have pretty much every single production in the map, or in the game. If it's not already on the map, if you go into the store, go down to others here, the three bars, and across to construction. And then in the second menu, you'll find the productions, which are called factories. And in here, we can find, if we scroll down to grain mill, is here. This one is $288,000. I'm just going to double check if there is another one. There is grain mill here. So this one's $36,000. So just for reference, we're going to just stick that here. There we go. So this one is going to be a tenth of the production of this big one, but it's not a tenth of the cost. So just bear that in mind when you come to buy it. As you can see here, this one has 30 litres of barley to 22 litres of flour, 480 times a month. If we go to the other one, it's 30 litres of barley and 22 litres of flour, but instead of 480 times a month, it's 48. So you can see the difference there. The cost is still the same, but it's 10 times less of production with the smaller one, which is there. So probably more efficient and better, depending how much stuff you're processing. Initially, that little one may be worth it to get you going, but the big one is going to be best overall. If you are using several productions, it's probably a better bit of advice to go with the little ones first and several of the different ones and producing out of there, and then move on to the bigger ones when you accumulate a bit more money. But let's take a look at what we need to run it. So we've got different types of flour here. The barley flour, the oat, the sorghum, and the wheat flour are all known as just flour. And then your rice flour is known as rice flour. That's from long grain rice and rice as well. So if we were to change the barley flour to selling, it changes all of the flour ones to selling, and the same if we go to distributing. The rice flour is the same. We can change one and it changes both the rice flours to the different things there. Because the rice flour is one type, and the flour you get from barley, oat, sorghum and wheat is all a different type of flour. So looking here, 30 litres of barley in makes 22 litres of flour out. That cycle happens 48 times a month. So going with that, we need 14,400 litres of barley a month, and it gives us 10,560 litres of flour out. $2,505 per 1,000 litres is the best price we've got for flour. That is based on the easy mode. It will vary and reduce quite dramatically by the time you get down to the hard mode. But that's going to give us $26,302 of profit a month. The oat flour, we need 18,000 litres of oats. That's going to give us 18,000 litres of flour because it's 15 in, 15 out ratio. $2,505 per 1,000 litres best price gives us $45,090 of profit for the month. We'll do the sorghum one first to keep with the flour. So you need 18,000 litres of sorghum, and it's going to make 15,600 litres of flour at the best price of $2,505, $39,078 profit per month. The wheat, we need 12,600 litres of wheat a month to keep it running, and it's going to produce 10,080 litres of flour, again at the best price, and that's going to be $25,050. So the rice flour, this is from long grain rice. As you can see here, there's 15 in and 13 litres of rice flour out, $48 a month to run it, and 72 cycles per month. So based on that figures, we need 10,800 litres of long grain rice in. That's going to make 9,360 litres of rice flour. The best price for rice flour is $3,303 per 1,000 litres, so that's $30,717 profit per month. The rice flour needs 9 litres of rice in, gives you 15 litres of rice flour back out. That's going to cost you $24 a month to run, and 72 of them cycles per month as well. Based on that figures, we need 6,480 litres of rice in, gives you 10,800 litres of rice flour. $3,303 best price per 1,000 litres there. That gives you $35,672 of profit. Now, we were talking about this distributing, which is here. So if we put barley in and we set it to distributing, it doesn't save it here to spawn when you get 1,000 litres. It will move it to whatever other production you have that requires flour. I think we will go with bakery there. So as you can see here, bakery needs flour, or rice flour if you choose the bread with rice flour. So if you distributed it from the grain mill, it'll move it to the dairy itself and it will start adding in the flour here, or the rice flour, to make your bread, to keep it going. So as long as you keep the grain mill stocked up and keep it distributing, it will put it into the bakery, and if the bakery is running, all you need to do is top up the grain mill and it moves it and does the rest. However, if your bakery is at the other side of the map from the grain mill, it's going to cost you a significant amount of money to do this. So it's very advisable, if you're placing the productions, if they're not already on the map, put them as close as you can to each other. The one that's, I'll try and put up some short showing the different productions and what goes where and what end product can go into different places. Like the end product from a grain mill can go into the bakery. The end product from the dairy, like a chocolate, can go into the cereal factory for chocolate cereal. I'll try and put up a thing like that so that we can see exactly what goes where and what productions you might need to bunch together and other ones you can have separately on a different side of the map. Now, if you change this to storing, regardless of what this setting is, whether it's storing, selling, or distributing, if you run out of any of the incoming materials, so the barley, long grain rice, oats, rice, sorghum, and wheat, if you run out of any of them and don't turn the production off, it's still going to charge you the monthly cost of $24 or whatever, $48 for the rice. It's still going to charge you that monthly cost, but it's not going to produce anything for you. So you're running it at a cost, not producing anything. And the same as the outgoing products. If you've got them set to storing, even if we're doing barley flour, it only needs barley. So if we had 100,000 litres of barley in here, we had plenty to do, and the flour was sitting at 60,000 litres, again, it'll still cost you money if you don't turn it off, and it won't produce any more. Even though you've got the barley sitting there ready to go, if it can't put it out as pallets, it will not do any productions it won't keep going, but it'll still charge you the monthly cost. You can move the pallets out of the way. We can take a quick look at that. So this is the raw materials here. I think this is barley. And that is your flour pallet there. So it is 1,000 litres for flour pallets. So your incoming materials will go in here where the tipping icon of the trailer is. And around the back here is where the pallets are spawned. Because they're 1,000 litre pallets, they won't spawn unless you get the full 1,000 litres. So if it's 999 litres, you need to make that extra 1 litre to get the pallet. You can move it with either super strength, which we can demonstrate here quickly. There we go. Telehandler, skid steer, wheel loader if you really wish, or a front loader on a tractor. So all of those things with forks can move pallets. Just move them out of that boxed area and then it can start spawning more in there. The best thing to do is probably to take a little trailer down and fill up that, and just when you get the trailer full, move it to the next production if you are running another production. If not, take it straight to the sell point. It's the same for this one here. We've got the little tipping icon here in the checkbox, and around here where there isn't anything, this is where the pallets are spawned. If you do have several of these and they're identical, if you have say 3 of these and you're not sure which one needs topped up, you can run up to it here and it will show that this is saying just now the storage is empty and there's nothing running. But if you have a few and you're not sure, you can run up to it and click that spanner icon and it will take you to the exact production there. So if you've got 3 of them, it's going to take you to the one that you're standing outside the front of. So that's handy that way, so you know what needs to go in or what needs to be moved. Because with this one, it looks like we're going to get maybe 2 pallets worth there, and then that's going to be full. But obviously, if you come in here, you can still produce up to 60,000 litres worth of outgoing product. But obviously you're only going to see 2, maybe 3 pallets at the most. We could probably take that one over and just have a quick rough idea. I think it's maybe going to be 2 pallets actually. Yeah, 2 or 3 at a very big push. So it's best to keep them moved or keep an eye on them so you know what is there and you don't let the production run costing you money while it's not producing anything. But I think that covers everything you need to know about the grain mill. We've done the profits and what you can get, what you need to put in to keep it running per month, and what you get out of it. But I think we'll leave that one there, and we'll see you again soon for the next one. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. That keeps you updated as to when we post a new video. But thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.